How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to House of Fata Morgana, Requiem for Innocence. So, well, we're in the heat of things now, episode 2, I guess, and we're jumping right into, I guess, the uprising that's happening in the banner. Now, it's really neat because we're getting a lot of like real in-depth insight into the events that transpired around Morgana's life. Like, we've got a lot about her like initial past in the original game, where like she grew up, why she was considered blessed, and how her mother literally sold her away to this lord, and now she's trapped here. So, but we're focusing on Jacopo and about him like leading an uprising in the manor. So he had a really interesting like duel with Gratien here, who is a big burly boy. And in part of that, it kind of was the spark that got the actual fires of rebellion lit. So it looks like we're about ready to start like getting this rebellion going, which like ideally is going to be like enacted before the end of the blood festival, whatever's going on. This like debauchery and torture and all this other stuff that's going on here. So again, just lovely light topics, right? Whew. Yeah. This is not where we come for fun. We come here for intense story. So we're going to jump right into it. So we're going to go for it. There's not much else to say other than thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy it, and let's jump right in. Hey there, Jacopo. Everything's good to go on my end. We can give Lord Asshole whatever's coming to him when you're ready. Thank you. I appreciate all your help. Whoa there, kid. Save the thanks for after we get out of here with our heads still attached. Ha, fair enough. Then how about this? If we both survive, I'll take you to the best pub in the slums. As long as there's pretty ladies, count me in. There's one I can introduce you to, if you don't mind girls headstrong with a little bit of bite. Tough and pretty? Now that I can get that I can get behind. I've spent too long surrounded by all these half-dead drones. I could sure stand to some good-natured abuse right about now. Good-natured might be a bit of a stretch. Rub her the wrong way and you'll find yourself short a pair of jewels. Think I'll pass on that one then. I don't care how much of a looker she is. I ain't ready for her to be my last. How about this then? I'll tell you what I'm looking for, and you have someone picked out for me by the time this is all over. Flexible on the looks, but slender and short are a must. Meaty girls ain't really my type. Blonde hair and blue eyes are a plus, but it ain't a deal breaker. And I like them to be a bit... Slow down there. You got your head way too far in the clouds if you think I'm going to be able to find your ideal wife at a brothel in the slums. Hey now, how'd you expect me to give this my all without something to look forward to on the other side? I suppose that's a decent motivator. See? You get me. Ha ha! Now, on to business. You ready to do this? I've been ready, kid. Just waiting for the word. That's about as good an answer as I could have hoped for. Before we begin, I want to go over the plan one last time. After you've secured weapons from the armory, take command of the other slaves and go to open the gates. While you're doing that, I'll signal my people outside, then cause a diversion. As long as we don't make too much noise, the Lord and the other nobles shouldn't realize anything is amiss until we're on top of them. As soon as the gates are open, you head into the Great Hall, where we'll rendezvous. We'll crash the party, and while the Lord and his friends are distracted, my people will lead the slaves to safety. And then we swipe up all the shiny things so we can get our butts and heck out of there. Right, can't forget the valuables. Huzzah! I'm getting all sorts of fired up. Don't trip on falling some guard's sword before we get to start our fun, you hear? Ha, same to you. Well then, let's get going. May fate be on our side. Darn right. Alright, it's kicking off. Let's kick it off. It's kind of fun because like we already like know how this ends, but it's still cool to see it all play out like this. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You're not supposed to be here. Get back to... stay back. Don't make me kill you. Wait, stop. Nope. He's done. Dang, this is a big castle. Holy cow. You're up. Come on, draw your bloody cards already. Don't rush me, I'm thinking. On with it. It's almost lunch. If I hold this and I throw away these, then I could... You hear that sound? Is that something happening downstairs? Quit trying to distract me. I ain't letting you run off with a plot like last time. No, I'm serious. What's going on down there? It's probably some slave getting beat. How are you not used to that by now? I don't know. Something feels off to me. I'm gonna go check it out. And don't even think about messing with the cards while I'm gone. I won't. Hurry back. Ain't no bonus for giving a rat butt, but it's being so eager about. God, I wish I could have gotten hired at a place to pay a little better. Am I seeing things? I swear I just saw something move. You! On the wall! Get down from there! What do you think you're doing? You're not supposed to be up. Put the knife away before I... You have your playing cards, you'd never nerve to call yourself a guard. I expected resistance to be light, but not this bad. I should take care of this and get out of here before the other one returns. It's amazing how much better a knife feels in my hand than a sword. So much easier to handle. What a rogue. Though it's not much help if they managed to draw on me first. Maybe I'll ask Gratien to teach me how to use a sword if we both make it through the day. I hate the idea of giving him any more reason to claim superiority over me, but I can't think of anyone better than him. Keeping an eye on my surroundings, I climb up onto the watchtower. I could hear shouting in the distance. Seems Gratien was doing his job. I pulled the brightly colored cloth from my pocket and affixed it to the highest point in the tower. As it began flapping in the wind, I turned my attention toward the hill in the distance. A group of tiny dots emerged from behind a rock formation heading this way. I let out a sigh of relief. Next up, time to make some noise. Nice. I'm glad that his boys were out there waiting, because it definitely took a while, like a couple weeks. But back up! We need backup! The slaves are revolting! Revolting? Are you serious? What do you think you're carrying that darn sword for? You shouldn't need backup, just put them down. Yes, but there's too many of them, and they're not messing around either. They stampeded right through us. They don't care how many of them die. And one of them's practically a giant. Oh, quit pissing yourself over a bunch of slaves. Who cares how big of one of them is? They're not armed, just... Behind you! Huh? Oh. Sorry to disappoint you, but we are armed. Maybe you could consider posting another couple guards in for your armory. There he is! There he is! Come on, little man. Let's see what you got. He just has a scream of death. You're no fun! Hey, you. Get these gates open, boys. Ah! Ooh, I'm taking those are Jacopo's people. Kid actually did his job instead of booking the heck out of here. Good on him. Of course, that's exactly what I was gonna do if I didn't see his people when we opened the gate. Guess he actually is good for his word. Which means I'm sticking through to the very end. I like that. He's like, if he was gonna wimp out on me and not deliver, I was just gonna hit it. I was gonna rough it, just run and make a break for it. But he's just like, you know what? He stuck to his end of the deal. I'll stick to mine. Hey, take out as many of the bees as you can on your way in and be thorough. We want a clean escape. We don't want to give them a chance to surround us. Keep at it. Don't let them get organized. If we F up this part, it's the gallows for all of us. If you need a weapon, grab a rock, a vase, a decapitated head, anything you can find. Gratien, how are things progressing? Smooth as a baby's behind. Your reinforcements are here, making good work of the guards and getting as many of the slaves out as they can. I'm glad to hear it. Then let's head to the Great Hall. Aye, let's. I'd like nothing more than to rip the Lord's head off his shoulders. The point is not to kill the Lord. It's to deal just enough of a blow that he stops throwing so many darn banquets. For now, anyway. And what if I trip and my sword just happens to run him through? I'd rather you didn't if at all possible, but whatever happens, happens. Alright, let's do this. Yeah. Is it just me, or is it unnaturally noisy in there? Did some of the others beat us to it, maybe? As far as I know, we're the first ones here. Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh, right. Right. Things get exciting in the hall. I remember this. Yeah, things get real exciting in the hall. Buckle up. I'm sure this is going to be lovely, and YouTube is definitely going to not monetize this video. I guess we'll find out. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Chaos reigned over the manor, but the chaos in the hall where the Lord's banquet was a slightly different flavor. A buzz filled the room, noblemen and women murmuring, shuffling backwards, putting distance between each other, tossing goblets to the ground. As Gratien had suspected, we were the first ones here. So why was everyone so tense? Whatever the cause of the disturbance, it seemed we were at least partially to thank for the things proceeding smoothly. The question is, what is happening here? Out of the corner of my eye, I caught a sight of the Lord. He stomped over toward the far end of the hall. Standing on top of the makeshift altar was the same young girl I'd seen a week prior. For a brief moment, relief came over me at the knowledge that she was still alive. But that really quickly morphed into dread. You! He unlocked the shackles binding the girl. Too weak to hold herself up, she fell forward in a slump, her long, burgundy hair fanning out around her limp body. And then... You're a witch, wearing a saint's skin! The Lord raised his sword high above his head. Gratien, I'll be borrowing that! What? Hey, you little son of a... What? I hurled Gratien's longsword for the Lord, knocking his blade from his hands. The two swords rattled to the ground. I tossed my gaze to the girl for a split second. She was very clearly out of it, but she seemed to be breathing. Finally realizing a pair of slaves had just burst in on them, the nobles' panic swelled, and one of them started shouting for the guards. Well, F me sideways. There goes any chance we had a surprise attack. Dang it all. We had the perfect distraction, too. To heck with it. Get in there, boys! Ah! Wait, I need a sword first. The next second, the room enveloped in a cacophony of shouts and screams and clanging. Most of the nobles carried swords, but few actually seemed to have any idea how to use them, the majority scrabbling for the back exit. You insolent worm! Who do you think I am? I threaten your lord in the sight of God. Even the cocky bee, ever the cocky bee I see. Tell me, do you have any idea what's happening right now? Silence, cur! You will regret ever defying me. Nothing more original, you third-rate fairy tale villain. I was the one who had said the Lord's death was not part of the plan. Yet there I was, going straight for him. Gratien was absolutely right. The Lord had been distracted with the girl when I arrived, but I had thrown that advantage away. I had seen God knows how many slaves killed in hardly 2 weeks' time. Adding another body to the pile shouldn't have fazed me one bit. Logically, there was no reason for me to care. But I couldn't just leave her. And of course, now that I'd picked a fight with the Lord, I had no choice but to follow through to the very end. I dashed for the Lord, scooping up one of the dropped swords and swinging it down on him. But my blade cut through nothing but air. I had assumed he would be a pushover, another noble obsessed with money and power and helpless to defend himself. I don't know, man. They got a lot of money and time to train. I'm surprised some of these lords don't know how to fight with swords. So there's no hiding look of shock on my face. Dang, he can move. Barrier slid out of range, swiping the remaining sword off the ground and whipping it through the air with practiced grace. Perhaps you should save your snide yapping for when you have the skill to back it up, insignificant cur. Ha. We'll see if you still feel the same way when I'm through with you. I closed the gap and we clashed. He swung, I parried. Steel and steel ripped through the hot air, carving ephemeral silver arcs in empty space. Our blades locked. What are you hoping to accomplish at this revolt? What's your end game? My end game? To get out of this hellhole, be free of the slavery once and for all. I have my doubts about whether you ever were a slave at all. But no matter, why attack me? What do you care about the girl? What do you have to gain from saving her? He's right. I have nothing to gain by rescuing the girl. All I've accomplished is making this whole process needlessly messy. That said, do I need to have something to gain? Are you saying I should just sit back and watch you murder an innocent little girl? I was angry. I thought I'd do something about it. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that really so hard to understand? Nothing more than a childish hero complex. Just the answer I would expect from a foolish little boy with his head in the clouds. Excuse me. You're a puny worm, powerless to truly save anyone. You merely want to help the girl so you can put yourself back and pretend you did a good deed. So you simply want an excuse to be proud of your worthless self. Look at her. The girl's hardly even breathing. She'll be dead soon enough with or without my help. And who do you think is to blame for that? You don't even have any right to judge the value of her life. My role in this is irrelevant. Was saving a dead girl part of the plan? It wasn't, was it? You divulged from the script to rescue a girl whose life is of no worth to you whatsoever, and so you could momentarily feel good about yourself. That misstep will be your downfall, you worm. Enough! I'll put you back in the ground where you belong. Not a chance. Gosh darn, for a flamboyantly dressed butthole, he could sure fight. There's not nearly as much force behind his swings as Gratien's, but he's quick. I could barely keep up, let alone react. I hope you enjoy eternity in hell. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on your little lapse in judgment. Dang it. I can't let this bee kill me while we're so close to succeeding. I need to keep my cool. Yes, he's got me beat in agility, but Gratien is much more skilled swordsman than him. I can handle this. Sheer determination can only mask a lack of skill for so long, boy. Look at yourself, you're out of breath. That sword you're flailing around is getting heavier and heavier. Shut your mouth, dang it. I haven't even broken a sweat. I swear to God, I will have your head. Ha! Lord Barrider, your escape has been secured, my lord. It seems our fun is over. Be grateful you're still breathing, Kerr. Hey, wait, we're not done yet. Get back here, you! I made to go after him, but in an instant a wall of guards had formed between us. Traces of fear were visible in most of their eyes. Even exhausted as I was, I could have probably made it through. But before I could do so much as consider attempting to give chase, I caught a glimpse of the girl, limp and covered in gashes, causing me to come back to my senses. What's gotten into me? There's no point going after him. The slaves have been freed, his valuables plundered. The plan was a huge success. What I should be concerned about is getting myself out of here. I need to stay focused. I took a moment to survey the hall, reevaluating the situation. Things had progressed somewhat since I'd gotten in my head and got it in my head to go after the Lord. Many of the slaves were gone, the guards were beginning to mobilize. They were better equipped, trained, and more fit than us. And we were, for the most part, fueled entirely by determination and righteous anger, which would only go so far in direct combat. Gratien was probably the only one who would side with any sort of real training. One man was not enough to win this fight, especially now that our main advantage, surprise, was exhausted. Hey, Jacopo! If you're all finished with your business, I'd really like to get the heck out of here. Maybe a baddie, but I'm a god. Right, yeah, sorry for the holdup. Before regrouping with Gratien, I knelt before the girl. Hello, can you stand? Hello, can you hear me? I gently shook the girl by the shoulder, and the only response I got was a limp waggle of her head. It was clear she was in no condition to walk. I guess I'll have to carry her, though I made to pick her up. Huh? When I saw her face, I gasped. Dear God, that was horrific. Unsettling marks covered the young girl's face. Primal repulsion was my first reaction, and shortly thereafter came overwhelming pity. I obviously had no way of knowing what kind of life the girl had led, but something told me it was far worse than any of these countless children who grew up in the slums, struggling out day after day. Hey, get moving! I ain't waiting around! I'm coming! I grabbed the girl's arm, wrapped them around my neck from behind, and climbed to my feet. I could feel her breathing, faint though it was on my ear. You hang in there. And then I broke into a dash, leaving the fading panic of the great hall behind. At least he got her, man. So bright. Light? Am I in heaven? Gosh darn, she's surprisingly heavy for how little she's met. She has little meat she has on her. Why, do you think she'd get lighter the harder you ran or something? Just a stupid girl, kid. She ain't worth long for this world anyway. Heck no, I'm not going to let all my efforts facing off against the Lord go to waste. You're one stubborn son of a bee, you know that. This is not heaven. Who are these people? Where am I going? I don't have the strength to think right now. Hey, don't you go dying on me back there. Please, I'm begging you. I'm so sleepy. Sleep, that sounds wonderful. How nice it would be to fall asleep on such a warm back. Gosh darn it. Why did her life have to suck so much? She really is like my favorite character of the whole series, honestly. Like, I know she gets real twisted, but like, I totally get why. And like, she deserved everything she was able to give, really. I mean, I think Giselle obviously didn't deserve what happened to her. Nor Michelle, honestly. But still. We're probably safe here for the time being. So, what next? First, I need to take her somewhere she can get some rest. Gah, you got nothing in your head of yours except that half-dead girl, you don't, do you, kid? Would you fall for her or something? If that's what gets your rocks off, can you only get it up for the ugliest thing in the city? Not to mention, she can't be older than 10. I'd like to think of myself as open-minded, but that squeaks me, kid. No, God, no, obviously not. I'm merely concerned for her well-being. Right, of course you are. Well, everyone's got their kinks. I swear. What I'm wanting to know is, what do you plan to do about all the slaves you just freed? They can't stay here. Not even a chance to defend myself. Right. My people are taking care of that. They've made arrangements with several slave traders who have agreed to transport them to other cities. After that, who knows? So you set them free and then just abandon them? Obviously. I'm not some rich kid playing a hero. I gave who knows how many people the opportunity to change their lives. I think I did a darn good work, if you ask me. Fair enough. Can't expect you to give them the world. Setting them slaves free wasn't the main objective. You're more perceptive than you look. Dang straight. Anyway, I'm planning to stick around for a bit. You still owe me that night with a pretty lady. In that case, you should head down to the pub. You'll probably find some of my people there. The ones who weren't injured, at least. Aye, aye. And off he goes. As much as I'd like to take her to a real doctor, I'd probably do best not showing my face in the city proper so soon after making a mess of the Lord's Manor. If one of the guards were to spot me, it'd probably not end well. Which means she's my only hope. We know who that is. It's still afternoon. We're not open till evening. It's me, Maria. Let me in. Jacopo! You're alive! You haven't had any idea how worried I was. I mean, effing heck. I haven't slept in 2 weeks. I bet my life I just woke you up. Oh, shove it. It's the sentiment that counts. Anyway, I'm glad you're... Wait, what the heck is on your back? A corpse? She will be if we don't do something. But for the time being, she's still alive. Whoa. Stop right there. I have about 1,000 things to say right now, but let's start with this. What exactly are you planning to do with her? I mean, she looks like she got mauled by a lion. I need to stay low for a while. Can't risk showing my face in the city, so I was wondering if you would mind letting her stay here for a while. Excuse me? Let her stay here? And if you could look after her while she's here, I'd appreciate it. No, stop. Time out. I'm not doing anything without an explanation. First of all, who is she, and what the heck has happened to her? The Lord was torturing her. I rescued her during the revolt. Okay, keep going. That's all there is to it. That's a pretty pathetic explanation. I'm telling you, that's all there is to it. What more do you want from me? So you're telling me you infiltrated the Lord's Manor, swept a half-dead little girl that you never even met before? You couldn't have gone for, I don't know, something worth actual money? She's just skin and bone. Goodness knows those wounds will ever heal. Although she's pretty enough, we might be able to put her to work, I guess. Let me get a quick look at... I have no words. I can't. Please, Maria. The longer we stand here, the closer she gets to death. And once she recovers, if she even does, what then? How does she pay for her food? 'Cause she sure can't work here. I'm not sure there's much work she can do. We're a business, not a charity. If I'm going to be putting time and money and looking after her, I need something in return. As she doesn't look like she'll be able to offer much of anything. I can offer some financial assistance. We plundered a decent amount of valuables from the Lord's treasury. Even after we divide everything up, my share should be enough to support her for some time. I don't get it. Why do you care so much? What, do you expect me just to leave her to die? I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing I could have done something to prevent it. I swear, does anyone have a heart? Because everyone sure seems hell-bent on letting her die. Whoa, chillax. You've lived here long enough, Jacopo. You should know as well as I, any morals and good intentions aren't enough to help anyone. I don't care. I want to help her. She can't be any older than 10. And her face could very well still heal. I couldn't stand to see her life end like this. Abused and tortured by a madman? It's downright cruel. She deserves better. She deserves to know the world's not all hell and misery. Oh, fine. You win. I surrender. I know better than anyone I'll change your mind once you're set on something. God, you can be so hot-headed sometimes. So, will you help? Well, it's not like anyone else is gonna. Now, whether she makes it or not is a question of how much that scrawny body of hers is determined to hold on. So what are you waiting for? Bring her on in. Thank you, Maria. I really appreciate it. Ugh, cut it out with the mushy crap. You're gonna make me spew. Please, just stick to your usual snippy bee act. I'm gonna get a bath going. Give me a hand. Wow. Jacopo really started in a much better place, didn't he? It's insane to think that he falls so far. Like, because right here, right now, he's genuinely a hero. Genuinely. Like, there was no reason for him to grab her. None at all. I guess power is going to corrupt him, unfortunately. She should be able to get some rest here. Hardly anyone comes back here, even during business hours. I have to say, though, even cleaned up, she's a mess. People say the Lord's a twisted bee, but this is worse than I imagined. Who would do this to such a young girl? Oh, and for the record, I checked, and she's still, chaste, if you would. Why would you... Why? Whatever. Good to know the Lord's not that effed up, I guess. Thank goodness for small blessings. Okay. I guess that's fair. It's fair that that's at least not a part of her trauma. Not that preserving her virginity is a whole lot of comfort compared to what he did do. Marie, show a little common decency, would you? Telling a whore to be decent is like telling a cat to bark. Well, start barking, dang it! Why did you even think I need to know whether she's chaste or not? I checked, so I figured I'd mention it. Keep it to yourself. You know, for someone who spends so much time in a whorehouse, you sure are easily embarrassed. Huh? What was that? Oh, nothing. And besides, the only reason I'm here is to help out with business side of things, not to make use of the facilities. So you did hear me. Hey, Maria. Oh, she coming too? Hey there. How you feeling? Can you see me? I've got some warm water for you to drink if you're up to drinking anything. Still too weak to move on your own, it looks like. That's all right. Hang on. I'll go grab it and help you out. Oh, Lord. Sounds like she just said something. Of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies. Huh? Enemies? All them that afflict my soul? Hello? You okay in there? For I am thy servant, O Lord. It's okay. He's not here. We escaped. He can't hurt you anymore. Of thy mercy? It's okay. Destroy all of them. Hey, Jacopo, not to be indecent, but I think she might be, beyond repair, not just physically. No need to jump to conclusions. She should simply be disoriented. You're safe. There are no enemies here. No need to be afraid. You'll be feeling better in no time. You just need some rest. The human body is incredibly adept at repairing itself. I'll have some ointment for you soon. Yo, what? Ointment? Are you expecting to pay for it? Don't interrupt me, Maria. Cry. Just hang in there a little longer. You'll be all the better before you know it. If there's anything you need or want, don't hesitate to ask. I'll get you anything within reason. I guess it'll be okay. It'll be a bit before you can talk much, huh? Marie, I need to drop by the pub for a bit. I'll get some ointment on my way.
butterfly. Butterfly brooch. Gone.
Butterfly brooch? What's she talking about?
Is she seeing things or something?
Perhaps, or maybe the Lord took it from her.
My treasure.
Alright, I'll see if I can find it while I'm out. If it's something the Lord took from you, there's a chance it might be in the stuff we looted from his manor. I'll be back later today. You get some rest, okay? Look after her while I'm gone, would you, Marie?
I already agreed, so it's not like I can say no. Just remember, I got work to do, so you can't be with her every waking moment.
A room, warm blanket, and you checking in on her every once in a while is more than enough. Thank you. Anyway, I'll be back.
Ciao. Hey, Jacopo?
Yeah?
Don't get in over your head, okay?
I won't. Right. And then I charged in me, trusty blade held high, cutting off Baroner's last escape route. The poor beast standing up and pissed himself, begging and crying for his life. You were never even in the same room as him, you lying scoundrel. I hate the deal. It ain't the details, but the spirit what matters, and I had enough spirit in me to bring the Lord himself to his knees. Forget the worthless twit. I looked out 10 to 20 guards all by myself. A scar on my back's the trophy, proving my valiant exploits in I think y'all yell and open the wound again. The only thing on your scar on your back proves you returned tail and ran, you little chicken. You tell them. Ha ha! Well, certainly looks like they're enjoying themselves. Perhaps a little too much. Going by how it may seem drunk themselves comatose. Not that I don't understand wanting to celebrate. Ah, at last, you graced us with your presence. Where have you been? We've been waiting. Word is he made a mad dash for the whorehouse as soon as he got back. I see how it is. You'd rather celebrate with her than us. Must be nice putting prostitutes before your comrades in arms. I'm not putting anyone before anyone. An old friend of mine works there, nothing more. No need to be bashful. You can make up for it by getting your butt over here and drinking with us. You were the star of the show, after all. The what? You were the one who infiltrated the Lord's banner. Today it would have been possible without you. You did good work, and everyone here knows it. For the record, I was gonna do it myself, but I decided to let you have the honor. Could have rallied the slaves together half the time it took you. Tell that to your scar your back, chicken. You tell him! Ha ha ha! I see risking your lives that have made you three any less unruly. But I'm glad you all made it out alive, truly. On that note, do we have any idea what the casualty numbers look like? Bunch of wounded, but nobody died. Good fortune was on our side. Raw, unmatched skill, you mean? We're the trifecta of terror. Trifecta twats, more like. The only reason you and your band made it on the skids is because we slaves were on the front lines. You have any idea how many we lost? Gratien! Hello again. You're looking surprisingly sober. Not drinking, huh? Just finished my first cask, actually. Let me tell you, these guys are lightweights. Hardly even put up a fight. So the pile of bodies in the corner is Gratien's doing, then. What on earth is this stomach made of? So, boys, if you think you're such hot crap, then how about you show me what you're made of? Let's drink. See if you live up to your trifecta of tarts or whatever the heck it was. We actually, we want to talk about our time drinking, you know? Enjoy ourselves. Over yonder. Yeah, the wound on my back hurts. I drink too much, besides. You tell him. Godspeed, Jacopo. Wait, get back here. Gosh darn it. Bunch of pussies. You wouldn't run on me now, will you, kid? I still have things to take care of. I have to find somewhere to get some ointment. I'm looking for a missing butterfly brooch as well. A brooch? You mean this thing? Yes, that must be it. The girl says it belongs to her. Could I have it so I can give it back? I don't know. I am the one who found it. There's plenty more to loot in the loot pile. What do you care about a worthless scrap of metal? I think it looks pretty cute on me, to be honest. Man after my own heart. What a load of bull. Fine, I'll bite. What do you want for it? Glad you asked. Beat me in a drinking contest and it's all yours. Excuse me? Beat you? You weren't through an entire cask. What? Haven't even gotten started. You already admitting defeat? By the start of the show, you sure are a wuss. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. The revolt never would have happened without me. Soon everyone will know the real star today's show was yours truly.
Fine. If you're so desperate for a playmate, I'm down to your little game. But let me tell you, I hold my liquor quite well, thank you very much. I'll wipe that smug grin off your face and shove it in a barrel full of your own vomit.
Ha ha! Now that's the spirit! That prissy face of yours will be licking the chamber pot when I'm done with ya.
Gross.
Hey fellas, Gratien and Jacopo's having a drinking contest. Gratien? Who the heck's that? Do we have a Gratien? Right over there, the big fella. He helped with the revolt. He used to be a gladiator. A gladiator? Those still exist? I put my money on Gratien. Hey, traitor, Jacopo's been with us from the very beginning. I'm betting on him. Ha! Looks like we're drawing quite a crowd. You got yourself an impressive little fan club, kid.
When you've been slums as long as I have, you get to know pretty much everybody.
The more they humiliate you in front of. Right then, the rule's simple. Whoever stays conscious longest wins. Though I doubt it'll be much of a contest.
Yeah, you keep pretending you have a chance. The truth will hit you soon enough.
On the count of 3. 3. Where did we go from here? What's the matter, kid? You're looking like a sluggish. This is only glass 4.
I'll get my own drink.
Haha, look at you. Your eyes are going bloodshot. You're still all talk after all. You keep telling yourself that. Hey, boozy wench, keep 'em coming. You do this for hours. More. Fill her up.
I was quicker than you that time. I wonder what I'd be like drunk. I'm never gonna find out because I'm really just not interested. But I am curious. Like, part of me would be curious.
Enough. You're better than you look. But don't forget, I got a full cask on you. You're running with a handicap. I'm not the one who challenged you. You're just making excuses for when I beat you. How many does this make? 10? 20? Lost count. Throwing in a towel, are ya? Sheesh. What I tell you, stepping aside, kid. Trust my man's world. Are you even hearing yourself? Sure you should appreciate kid for your kid. I never liked you, not for 1 second. What? You're starting to childish insults now, are you? I was trying to shut it, but I'm afraid of show up. Then you came marching in and enjoy all the glory for yourself. You can't do it even enough, are you? Were you now? Well, I'll have you know, I never liked you either. You think that's just because you can swing a sword around like a big ape? Makes you better than everyone? Nope. Well, what do you think you're saying to say about me, you little punk? You wanna go, eh? You wanna go? You wanna go? Take another drink. Isn't that what we're here for, too? Huh? That's what I say. You're up again once. The world is spinning. All you got? Your face is red as a baboon's butt. And you're pale as a friggin' corpse. One more round, I'll kiss ya. You can try. Excuse me, what is your problem? Booze, where's your booze?
But please don't be angry with me. But we're all out of everything.
You get more. Take your ball of the town.
I have. Everyone's out everywhere.
How is that possible? So, you should draw. Huh. How anticlimactic. Seriously? What a lot of bull.
Oh, he just fell over.
He won!
He's just sleeping. Oh, he must be the rowdiest man I ever met. Is he gonna be okay? That looked like it really hurt. Leave him. He'll wake up when he needs piss, probably. And on that note, I'll be at the latrine. Ugh. Well, that was fun. All right. You know what? I think after that we'll end for tonight because I think Morgana's first moment should be tailored with enough delicacy that befits the moment. It's a little bit of a shorter episode tonight, but my throat's getting a little sore. I think this is a good place for us to stop after that ruckus drinking contest. So hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you guys so much for being here today. And hey, there was the revolution. I thought Baroner died during the revolution part, but maybe not. Oh no. He dies in the second one when Jacopo goes to claim the throne, I think. I'll have to see. But yeah, Morgana, just about 10 or 12, actually. I think she's more like 12, because I think she only was at the, she was only here for a couple years. But yeah, I really am curious to see what, young Morgana, especially because this is, she denotes this as being the happiest time of her life. It's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out for her and what that ends up translating into. And I wonder just how much of the story it's going to go over. Is it essentially going to start here and go all the way to, Morgana's death? Or is it just going to be focusing leading up to, maybe when she got turned to a tool of Jacopo's, just as she was a tool for everybody else? Man, we'll just have to see. But regardless of that, thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on this channel and for this episode. It's a great honor to have you here and to have you sharing this moment. So the first episode was really exciting to see everyone being so gung-ho for the series, so I'm excited to be sharing this with all of you. And in case you guys are not had enough visual novel stuff, I got a ton of backlog to check out. I got a Patreon if you're interested in some of the behind the scenes stuff, want to support the channel directly, helping me to get more hands-on stuff with the channel, more custom arts, more potential series to be covering in the future. And let's just jump right into it. The future for this channel is looking pretty interesting so far, so stick around. I guarantee there'll be lots of more stuff to talk about in the coming days. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and until next video watching me, I've seen you next. I'll see you there.